Yo, so last video I told you about the US 30 NAS 100 drop. Told you it was gonna have some type of drop this month. You know what I'm saying? It already had its first portion. I don't know if it's gonna continue, but I did catch the first portion of it, so I do want to show y'all that. I called it. I said US 30. Look for that drop. Look at that, man. Oh my gosh, bro. Nasty drop too. I told you. I'm gonna go ahead and take my bread. I'm gonna take my bread. I was trying to tell y'all, bro. Yeah, so that was like, you know, 2 7-cent lot sizes, so 14-cent lot size, made me about close to $800, like that. Held it overnight and woke up and boom, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff that I be talking about. Now, again, I don't know if it's gonna continue. I don't know if we're gonna have an even bigger drop later on this month or whatever, if that's even, or if that was just the only drop we're gonna have. But I do know September is usually the month where the Dow, which is US 30, NAS 100, they usually drop, right? Even crypto usually takes a hit in September. Now, is that the case every time? For the majority, it has been, but who knows, you know, what could happen in the future. So that's what it is, man. So I'm glad, you know, for those of you who did catch it, because I know some of y'all caught that first round. So we'll just see, you know, what it is. Also, in that video, I talked about the GJ trade and where you could put your pending orders at. That right there took off exactly how I said as well. I didn't actually get in that trade, which I should have put a pending order. I just saw it. When I woke up the next day, it was already way up. So I was like, dang, I should have took, you know, that into consideration. But before we get into this video completely, I do want to give you a scripture of the day. All right, so I'm gonna go with Deuteronomy 8 verse 18. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to get wealth, that he may confirm his covenant that he swore to your fathers, as it is this day, right? So always remember that it's not you, right? When you get into this money, it ain't you. When you get that job promotion, it's not you. It's all God. You know what I'm saying? So that's why all glory, honor, and praise will always go to Jesus Christ, because I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I do is what he allows me to do and what I'm able to do because he allowed me to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset you need to have. And never get too haughty and never let people pump your head up to think you bigger than something that you are. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we nothing. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Jesus, like it ain't even a comparison. So, but yeah. So today, man, I just kind of want to go over the market as well. Just kind of show you guys some things that I might see this week, next week, whatever, you know, things to expect. Trades to look for, you know, best practices on how to become a better trader. That's kind of what I want to go over today. That way, you know, you will know, you know, and you will be more effective in these markets, because I'm telling you, if you can catch trends, if you can catch waves, you'll make a whole lot of money in these markets. And that's something that I'm understanding even later on in my trading journey, trends and waves and all that type of stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's hop on the charts. Yo, so let's go over some best practices whenever you want to trade, you know, Forex and get good trades in. Again, cannot go wrong with support and resistance. Probably one of the best strategies you could ever use whenever trading. All right. Always remember the top, resistance, bottom, support. Okay. If you can remember that, right, you can make good money. Why is that? The market will go from one end to the next. And in between, they will have, you know, bounces here and there. All right. So if you want to do top-down analysis, if you're somebody who really wants to get technical, you can start out at the daily and work your way down. All right. I'll give you a couple different scenarios, or the weekly. It depends on how you want to do it. So I'll just say, let's start out at the daily. Okay. Delete that. All right. Let me zoom in a little bit, scroll over. You can see major zone areas right here, right? I see major areas of resistance. All this here, all of this here, even right here. So where do you think I will be selling at? Even on GJ, I don't ever sell. That's just me personally. But you can, because they do have major sell-offs as well. I just prefer buying on GJ. But again, where would I be selling? At areas of resistance. If the market is coming down, where would I be looking to buy? At areas of support. All right, areas that has already proven to reject and go back up, right? I have multiple areas, and again, this is on the daily. Or if you just want to be super technical, if you just want to be, you could do one at the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom. Horizontal line here, horizontal line here, horizontal line there. If you want to do it like that, okay? You can start there, work your way backwards. Usually the higher the time frame, the stronger the zone. So you could do it that way. How I like to do it, I used to do it that way as well, but how I've been catching a lot of mine lately is either on the H1 or the H4. Okay. H1, H4. I'm looking just for any type of, on GJ specifically, I'm looking for any type of pullback, and then I'm looking for the buy, right? So right now the market is pulling back, right? Where would I be looking to get in? Okay. Areas that had previously bought before. So up in here. So if I come straight over here, around in this area, that's one. A little bit lower than that, that's two, right? Heavy areas on the H1 that has rejected and proven itself to reject and bounce, right? That's where I'll be looking to get in, okay? Now you could place the trade on the M15 or the H1, it doesn't even matter, or the H4, it just depends on how you do it. So GJ, that's always my strategy. Let the market pull back into a zone, buy in and catch it. Right, that was perfect. Pull back right into a zone that has proven to go up before. Pull right back into that same area and proved itself again to go up. Okay, so that's the type of trade that I'm looking for. Now, based on what the market has done before, you can pretty much base your same trade off of that. Now, it's not going to be 100% accurate because nothing really is, but it's going to be highly, highly accurate. Okay, let's take a look at this one. The market dropped heavy and shot up good, right? Came up, came right back into that same area. Just a tiny tad bit of drawdown. But then we went straight back up like we did before. It looks like almost identical to the same move, right? So now I know this is a very hairy, a very heavy area of support. So when the market comes back to that area again and gets close, I can get in again. Let's say I get in my position here and it end up going down here, then I know at this area, this is a second position if I want to. Because this drawdown is not going to be as much, right? Depending on your lot size. But I get that same move again. And you just keep getting it over and over and over and over and over, right? So if you know zones and you know how to mark them up, it starts to get easy. Easier, I should say. The market starts to get easy. It doesn't matter where you click at. Okay. So let's go over here to NAS 100. Where's the market at right now? Okay, if I'm looking at NAS 100 and I'm looking for a buy, anytime the market is coming down, I'm finding areas to the left that has already proven itself to buy. Okay. Already proven itself to buy. Now, based on what I'm seeing, you can determine whether you're gonna buy and hold for a long time. I mean, these are our candles, right? So each time we gotta buy, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One big candle for an hour, then it came back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you pretty much positive that you're gonna at least get around 5 hours of a buy, 4 to 5 hours, right? So if the market comes back down here, not here, but maybe to here, I'm gonna get a 5-hour buy. You know what I mean? So I know I can hold. I ain't really looking at it. Catch that bounce. Now again, it could break through and come even further down. And at that point, again, probably hit your stop loss. If that happens, cool. But if you see it get lower and you see it get down to here, right? Now you know you got another major buy area. And this one's a major buy right here. So
Okay, pending order down here. If I stop out right here, always try to keep your losses as small as possible, right? Because one thing that happens is you try to marry the trade, and marrying the trade means you try to stay in it just way too long. You believe in it way too much, right? You don't put a stop loss, and then it just keeps going against you, and you're like, it's gonna turn around. It keeps going against you, and it never turns around. And then you married the trade, you stuck to it, and now you're getting cooked. So if you notice, okay, set my stop loss close. Let's say I'm expecting a bounce, but it don't. Right? I'm expecting a bounce, so I buy here. And then I put my stop loss, let's say somewhere in here. And it comes down and hits my stop loss. Cool. Let's say I lost a couple $100. But then I see the market keeps dipping and then opens my pending order here. But then this one was a huge buy. So in that return, we got a huge buy over here. And now I done made all my money back plus some. So you got to be patient in the market. You got to just wait. Again, if you feel like you don't want to look and wait, set a pending order. How do you do that? Now, you need this broker to do it, of course, the way I'm doing it. If you don't have this broker, make sure you click the link in the description below, sign up to it for free. All right, there should be a tutorial in there somewhere as well to show you how to walk through it. But these are here my order ladders. Let's say I come all the way down here. I'm using my green for my buy pending order. And then this turquoise blue, whatever blue that is, teal, for my sell. So let's say I want to buy here, right? I just hover over it in the area that I think the market is gonna buy, which is about right here, right? So definitely not gonna do 100 lots, but let's say I do 2. All right, at this point, if I need to do a stop loss, I can go stop loss here. That's about a what? $900 loss if it gets there. And then my take profit, if I want to do a take profit, it could be anywhere. But most of the time I don't. I'll just leave it like that, right? So let's say the market came all the way down, open me up right here. And you got to make sure you hit this check mark too, just to lock it in. So now it's locked in, right? Let's say the market came down here, open this trade up, didn't dip below, it just immediately bounced off, opened me up, and it took off, right? At this point, I would then take my stop loss and move it into profit, right? Let's say that, for instance, that happened, right? I know it's a negative now because I ain't actually in the trade, but I would be up, let's say it just kept trailing. I would be up 5,000, kept trailing. We'll be up 7,000, so on and so forth. By that, let's say it would have hit the stop loss, would have made $7,900. All right, so that's the kind of stuff that you can do when you know your stuff. Again, patience is key when it comes to day trading, Forex. As long as you know your support and resistance zones, you're good. Now, again, line that up with some stochastic, RSI, TDI, whatever you want to do, overbought, oversold levels, you in the game. Also, line that up with the fact that every time the candles get too far away from the 20 moving average, we come back to the 20 moving average, okay? We get too far from the 20 moving average this way, we come back to it. That could be your first take profit if you need to, right? Second take profit if you think it's gonna hit the 200, good. But that's part of the back testing, is that I want you to realize that the market will always have to come back and touch the 20 or the 200. Sometimes if it touches the 20, it might drop immediately back down, or it might cross above. And this is what you want to look for. You always want to look for it to cross above, right? Pull back, okay? Cross above, pull back right here at the zone, and then you buy in again. Boom, right? So if you get let's say you bought in here, okay? First entry right here. You bought in, held till it hit here, right? You took profit. Then you see the market push through the 20 and pull back at the 20, right? Do a pullback. Then you can buy in again. Boom. Took the market straight up to the 200 moving average. Okay? So really dope stuff. And it keeps happening. Look on the sell. Let's say you sold here based off this stochastic being high. You sold to the 20. Boom. Right? You got your profit. Market came down below there, did a pullback under the 20, never crossed above it. You sell again. Boom. Came down to the 200. All right. Even better, let's say you took profit there. You seen this pullback and it didn't break through either one. and you sell again. Let's say you may not sell here because you was a little iffy, but you sold here. All right, you could have got some more, and if you just really was feeling it, you could have held as long as you needed to catch the full drop. But that's a whole nother story. Now, if you somebody who always watches the charts, you probably gonna end up taking your stuff. If you somebody who don't watch, you know, as long as you got your good stop loss in there, then you're good. Then you probably won't watch, and you probably catch the full move. The only reason why people don't catch the full move is because they watch the chart, and I do that a lot as well. A lot of times I will place it and just put it in my pocket, and I low-key forget about it, and I'll come back and be way in profit. And had it not been for me forgetting about it, I would have just took profit early. But since sometimes I forget and I let the trade play out, it works amazing in my favor. So again, keep these rules in your arsenal, okay? Rule number 1, support and resistance is the GOAT, okay? Find the zones. Any area that has big rejection and proven itself to either go up or big rejection and proven itself to go down, those are great areas, right? Multiple rejections in the same area, right? Sold here, sold here, sold here, right? So remember, anytime the market is coming down, we're looking for buys to the left. Areas that bought and proved itself to go up, okay? And then anything when the market is coming down, when the market is going up, we're looking to the left, looking for rejections in areas that proved itself to sell, right? And it makes it very simple to trade. And if you want to do a stop loss, do your stop loss at the previous zone. So, example again, if I sell here, my stop loss needs to go to the next zone above, or whether it's this one here or this one here. And then we just let the trade ride. Once the trade is in profit, good enough, 2 ways you can do it. Either you can start moving this down, because once it retraces, it'll just smack your stop loss. You'll be in profit, automatic profit anyway. Or you could just wait till the market comes down, does this, and once it pulls down, then move your stop loss to this area right here. And every time it does that, then you move your stop loss down again. You could do it like that as well. So that's one good way for you to be able to eat in these markets on any pair, whether you trade in Forex, futures, crypto, don't matter. Okay, you do it that way, you solid. Every time, you solid. All right. If you're looking to predict the Bitcoin joints, you say, yo, the market is coming down. Where's areas where we got to bounce? Right here. Look at Bitcoin. We're already getting right there. Last time we had this bounce, we rose up pretty decent. All right, and if you want to just scalp, you can scalp. Take a couple of scalps, or if you feel like this is a good enough area that's gonna hold, you can hold all the way until we get back up there to 115, 120, blah, blah, blah. Right? If it goes lower than this, then we look to the left and we catch this side. You see that bounce and that long buy? And we should be expecting that as well. Okay? Again, you have multiple areas that you had nice buys. So as long as you can read that, you could get good scalps and you can get good swing trades. Okay? So just keep that in mind. The reason why this sold, the reason why this one sold right here is because of this one. This one sold first, came back to that same area, sold. These sales, I'm sure it's because of something back this way. Something back that way is what made this sale right here. Okay? So that's all it is, y'all. It's just finding great areas, great rejections, and just knowing little stuff like, hey, the market only comes so far down before it comes back to the 20. Right? You see that? Back to the 20. Here, back to the 20. Back to the 20. So if you know that, then you could be confident in holding your trades. At least you know you could be confident holding it to the 20. At least. At minimum. Right? Overbought, oversold. Hold. Back to the 20. Boom. Out. All right. So that's just a little, a little bit of knowledge and wisdom that I've been learning over the years, and I want y'all to take that, run with it. Also, just keep in mind about trends. Listen to the market as far as crypto. Listen to, download apps like investing app, the Coinbase app, crypto app, and just have different alerts on there for different price points. Listen to trading, like crypto YouTube channels or, whatever. Just kind of listen to what's going on what kind of news could be potentially coming out, you know, what's the best buy areas and stuff like that on certain things, and it'll start to click. You know what I mean? Certain times of the year, the crypto market crashes. You know what I'm saying? Like September, usually get dips. Then October, November, we usually start rising again. When you start knowing stuff like that, it's like, okay, you be prepared for that type of stuff. You don't just jump in and out of anything. You know what I mean? So keep that, take that knowledge with you. But I love y'all, and Lord willing, I will see y'all in another one. Peace.
God's timing is perfect. Patience has a purpose. Waiting for it's worth it. Right on time when we late to the party.